Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Saturday, January 6th, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions. We do that by encouraging you to go to our website. Go to jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button and write us a note. Let us know what's going on. And of course, please let us know if you would like to join us on the air. We have an audio show and we have our brand new YouTube show. It's called Jill on Money, powered by the Compound. We love it. That's video. And we're getting great response. So if you want to check that out, there is a link to that right on our website. It's so easy. Now, otherwise, when you're on the website, tons of great stuff there. There is the blog. There is the free weekly newsletter. You should subscribe to that. And you can also still buy my book, The Great Money Reset. We are so delighted about all the great feedback we've gotten from you over the years. It is so perfect to start our year off on a strong note with all of you and all of your support. So thank you. Today, we are talking to Sarah, who's on the line from Virginia.
All right. Well, I'm coming to you with several retirement-related questions.
Okay.
One is the question that lots of people ask about, just am I on target?
Mm-hmm.
And the second question is really about where my money is invested and if I should change it up a bit.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how old you are, how much money you make, all that fun stuff.
I am 50 years old. I make about $135,000. I'm married. I have 3 kids, and they are not too far away from college, which is another problem.
She says very cautiously, they're not too. How old are the kids?
12, 14, and 16.
12, 14, and 16. I have a stomachache thinking about those ages.
They're great kids.
What parent comes on the air and starts with, I dare a parent to come on the air and say, you know what? 12-year-old's great. 14-year-old, a complete nightmare. That's what I want someone to do. Because you all lie. I know. All right. Your spouse work?
He works part-time. He's largely the Mr. Mom of the family.
Okay. How much does he bring in a year? Or did you include that in your 135?
So he owns a business. I don't really know how to say. I would say he probably brings in about $20,000.
Okay. Let's talk about retirement. How much money are you contributing into retirement right now?
Right now, total with my employer match of $30,000 a year.
Wait a minute. Let's go. How much are you putting in and what are they putting in? What's the match?
I guess they match 2 to 1 to a certain percentage that
Okay.
I think it's up to 5% actually. I do extra on top of what I need to do to get to the match. So I'm personally, with my money, putting in about $18,900.
Fantastic. Okay.
I just increased it thanks to you.
That's great. Do you guys own a home?
We do.
How much is it worth?
It's probably about $375.
Do you have a mortgage that's outstanding, Sarah?
Yes. 186.
And what's the rate?
2.375.
Are you putting money away for kids, college, or not?
Yes, I am. I have this sort of arbitrary goal to fund them just for like $50,000 in today's money.
Mm-hmm.
So my 16-year-old, there's about $47,000 in his fund, and then the other 2 are way behind. It's about $7,000 for one, and well, they're both about $7,000 a piece.
And let's talk a little bit about what you have already accumulated in your retirement account. Oh, one last question. When you say you're making contributions, are you making them into a traditional retirement account or a Roth?
Okay, that's a great question. Until very recently, everything I was doing was in traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple pay periods ago, I moved the contribution that I'm making above the match into a Roth.
Great.
So I have very little in Roth at this point, but it will start growing.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the totals. How much money have you saved for retirement?
So I have $720,000.
That's great. That's awesome. Do you work in a job where you would be entitled to a pension?
No.
Okay. Is there any way that when you look at all of this, sort of the big game plan, Is it possible that your husband the kids are now getting older, should we assume that that $20,000 stays 20,000, or do you think that that 20,000 would rise as the kids get older?
Honestly, I think it will rise, but not significantly.
And right now on the 20 grand, does he make any retirement contributions?
He does not.
Okay. And does he have any old retirement accounts?
He does, but I don't know the balances, but I would say maybe 20,000, like very small.
Okay. I have a really good idea about that part-time income that he makes. Why don't you just use that to fund the kids' college? Put that 20 grand a year. So, you're done with 16-year-old essentially. You can put 20 grand a year. I would just, sort of fund it as you go along. So I would say 20 grand a year in the 14-year-old and 20 grand a year the following year, and then shift everything to the 12-year-old, and then you're done. You can make your life a lot easier just saying, hey, honey, your job is you got to put that 20 grand into the kids' college. You think he can get aboard with that?
Yeah, I actually do. That's a great idea because it would simplify the finances, really.
Yeah. He's got to pay tax on the money, but whatever is left over, that's college. Then you don't have to fret about it. It'll be done.
Okay.
And by the way, you'll know more about the kids as they start getting older, whether they're really going to use this money or not. And you can, you got 3 kids, you can move the money around. Is the money in 529 accounts right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Now, you're going to keep working and keep slugging away. And that's fantastic. Now that you are 50, you can actually put a little bit more into your retirement account, assuming you can afford it. I'm not saying you should do this right now, but let's say in the next year or two, you get little raises here and there. You can make a catch-up contribution into retirement plans when you turn 50. And this is one of those things. It's sort of a weird thing that you're like, wow, I get to be old and put more money in. Yes, you do. You still have a young family. There's a lot going on. You don't make that much money. But if you start feeling like, hey, we got a little extra cash flow, things are good, you can bump up your contribution level. And that would be great.
Okay.
Okay. Now, all of your health benefits you get through work, life insurance?
Yes, we have term. Both of us have term life insurance.
Okay. You have wills?
Yes, I knew you were going to ask that question. We do have wills, although they are old. I don't think the last child is actually within the will.
This poor 12-year-old with only $7,000 in college. She's going to be like little orphan Annie, whoever, listen, you don't have to do this minute, but, I think that freshening up the health stuff and the wills, that sure does make sense. Okay. So, you don't have to go full bore on this, but you should have someone just review it. Make sure that you have everything there that you want to be there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now let's get to your allocation. What's going on?
Okay. So I have some money in a Vanguard account, which was from a previous employer. That is all in Admiral something. Uncap Fund Admiral shares.
Okay. How much is in there?
I'd say that's about 90,000.
And that was an old 401k?
403B.
403B. Okay, gotcha. And I should ask you this. Your current plan, is it a 403B or a 401k?
A 403B.
Now, the Vanguard Prime Cap, that's an easy peasy fund. Nothing really too crazy about that. Okay. What about your current money?
Well, my current money and some previous money are both under TIAA. So I have some from a different prior employer. I have money in TIAA, which is in a life cycle fund. Oh, that's not true. It's this current employer, which is in the life cycle fund. And then the prior employer, it's like a bunch of different funds, and I don't really understand all of it. And my question was really, should I move everything to kind of a life cycle, or, what's the best thing to do?
Well, first of all, I would consolidate as much as I could, even though I like Vanguard and that's all well and good. I love TI Cref. So, can you just roll the Vanguard money into the TI? It sounds like you're happy where you are. Is it possible that you would move around again? Sure. But I think it'd be kind of good for you to have all the money in one place because it makes management easier. Okay. And I really think that TIAA is a very good organization. If you can push everything together, I would use that. There are kind of two sides to a TIAA, Craig. Do you work in education by any chance?
I do.
Okay. So the name stands for Teachers Insurance and Annuity Association. And the thing that's kind of cool about it is that TIAA, which is like the annuity side of the organization, it's an amazing annuity product. People from the for-profit sector would take a job in the nonprofit world to get access to this because it's a huge company and they have very good pricing. So it's one of the few annuities that I think is really worth it. There's a way to use that later in life when you're ready to retire that could be very interesting to you. So that's number one. I think that there are plenty of choices for you that are really, really easy. And, they don't overwhelm you with 5,000 different choices. So yes, you can use the target date fund. I guess I have to figure out from you how much you really want to work at this.
A medium amount, maybe.
This is one of those times where I'm going to give advice that's sort of different than what we often will say, but they've got these lifestyle funds that are well run and they're very affordable. So, look, you're young still. If you look at the different funds they have, you can certainly go through and see which one makes most sense for you in your, and how you show up on they have a risk questionnaire on these things. Mm-hmm. But do you think that you will be working right through to 65-ish? Is that your plan?
Yes. I mean, I was thinking maybe even 67.
Perfect. Yeah. Then let's make it easy for you. I don't need to, make this harder than necessary. I would say that if essentially your idea is let me make it easy, then I would absolutely take the old fund, roll it into your TIAA, and then also your husband's old retirement accounts. You can kind of put that on autopilot also, whatever. Just pick some, if that's at Vanguard as well, you can just pick, a Vanguard target date fund and you'll be done. And that's it. And then, freshen up the estate planning, have your husband be responsible. Like every dollar that comes in, you got to put it into the 14-year-old's account right now till we get to 50 and then shift it to 12. And then let's see where you are in a couple of years. And I think that you are absolutely on track. What about your emergency reserve fund? Any money that's socked away for safe stuff? How did I forget that?
I have about $34,000.
Is that enough to get you? I mean, you're not getting fired. You sound like you're very settled where you are.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting fired.
All right. I think you're in great shape, Sarah. Is there anything else we can help you with today?
Oh, no. Thank you so much for all of your help. This has been really, really helpful.
If you would like to come on the program and talk to us about whatever is going on in your financial life, just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and there are a lot of different ways to get in touch with us. You'll see audio, video, email. It doesn't matter. We love it all. Although I must say that having you live in the moment is so much better. Because so often with the emails, yes, of course, I want to answer your question, but unless it's a straightforward question, I usually have a lot of follow-up questions. So sorry about that, but it does put the onus on you to come on the air with us. Change your name. It's okay. And of course, as always, we end the program by encouraging you to lift someone up. Someone needs your help. Someone needs a pat on the back. Someone needs a little virtual hug. And if you do that, you're going to feel so good about what you're doing, and that person's going to feel so much better. It's all so good. Just pay it forward. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.